Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Greeny's RC. If you saw my last video, you will see the indoor crawler course that I've started building. So we're currently in part of doing the extension to that course now, and I wanted to do a video of it. So this will be part one. There may be 2 and 3 following, but we'll see how we get on with the build anyway. So I've had to pick you up and flip you around. So this is part one of the build. So this was built out of cardboard, expanding foam, little bits and bobs that I just had lying around, and then we use the cement sheet cloth method, which I'll take you all through. Thanks to the guys at Reactive Terrain and their videos on YouTube, that's taught me how to build this, to be fair. So, and as you'll see, it's absolutely rock hard. So I've had to do a couple of repairs in a couple of places. So this was my tester section, let's say, and there's a couple of repairs I need to do up there. I've just cut that bit off to help with the extension that I'm building over here. We've got a little bridge up there, that's also solid as well, that's all held in with the cloth that I put around those sections. So this is going to be the new section. So this is just a couple of planks of wood I've got lying around, just drilled the backs onto them just so it's got a bit of support at the back, and then yeah, we'll start building. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to start building the base for what we're going to put this cloth over. Underneath that one, like I said before, it's expanding foam, cardboard, pieces of wood, foam insulation, anything I could get my hands on really. I think I've got half an FMX 24 brushless power wagon box in there as well somewhere. So I think that's this section up here. But what I've done this time is I've been out and I've purchased some polystyrene. So we're going to cut this up, build it up where we want to, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So I'll probably put this onto a bit of a time lapse so you don't have to listen to me rabbit on and banging on about it. Enjoy. So all I've done on this section is just to bridge the gap more than anything else. So I've got my hot gun warming up over there. I'm going to glue that in, and then I'll just glue some sections in at the top. But I have got some expanding foam anyway if I need it. So what I'm going to do on this section, guys, is I've just found an old cardboard box out the silicon stuff. So save on polystyrene and stuff, just to bridge that gap. Just going to put that in there, put that on top. Jobs are good, so I'm going to carry on working on this now. Keep all your little loose offcuts as well, because they come great for filling in gaps and stuff like that. Especially like little pieces like this, you know, make perfect stones eventually. So my plan was to use the hot glue gun to hold it all down, but it's not really working very well, so I'm going to go back to my trusty gaffer tape. Sorry, masking tape. way I've designed this is, because you're probably all thinking, well, if he builds that there, where's he going to fix his cars? And it's taking up 3/4 of his workbench. Well, the way I've designed it is that it can be split into sections. So although, yes, it will predominantly live here, essentially, if I did want it to work on the workbench, it's straightforward. I've created 4 little sections of so I can lift it off, drop it on the floor for an hour or 2, and then when I'm done, I can just drop it back into place. So these split up into 4 separate sections at the minute. So yeah, and I can, yeah, there's nothing stopping me from getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm going to leave it there for today. So we've got done this first section, which comes off the old one, down there and then straight up. Originally I had made that stupid, but I don't think any of my rigs would actually get up there. So, and then the idea is that I'm going to loop it back down here, maybe see what sort of incline we can do there, and then obviously back over into this area again. Kept all these little offcuts because, like I said, we can chuck them on in different areas later on to make it all sort of, yeah, build it up to sort of be like that. I've still got a big massive sheet of polystyrene left, to be fair, so, and I've got a tube of expanding foam, so I'm going to finish the polystyrene section off first, and then I will slap on some expanding foam in certain areas and then leave that all to dry, and then we're on to the next section. This bit here, to save on polystyrene, I didn't actually have a cardboard box that was big enough, so I just took a large one that was quite tough and just cut it up, folded it all together and just shoved it in there, to be honest with you. I'll put some expanding foam around it anyway and it'll all hold itself in place. But yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today anyway, but we'll continue this video in the next day or 2. So we are back for day 2 of the build. I decided not to film the whole thing because I think you kind of got the gist from the first couple of minutes of this video anyway, in terms of what I'm doing. So I've just come back in and just finished off the last bit of section and put the expanding foam on. It's gone really well. I'm really pleased with it. So just got to let it all dry and see what it's like in the morning. So to give you an idea of what we've got, so when I left yesterday, we'd done this back section with the incline there and sort of back down. So what I've done here is I did yesterday with the cardboard just to save some polystyrene. I've shoved a load of polystyrene in there to build that section up, and then obviously I've just gone nuts with the expanding foam, but we'll let that do its thing and dry hard, and then we can shape it up tomorrow, similar to how I've done this section here. So this is all expanding foam, so we can put in a roadway down here. Might leave this section as it is, as like boulders or something like that, and then obviously we've got that quite steep incline there, which will be fun. To be honest, I don't think any of my rigs will get up that, but I've got a friend with a GR18 who will love having a go at that one anyway. And then yeah, all those offcuts that I said keep hold of, so I've basically just smashed them all up into pieces and chucked them all in there. So when we put the sheeting over the cross, it'll add, over the top, sorry, it'll add loads of texture to it, and stuff like that. So as I said earlier as well, these are 2 separate boards. I just appreciate the expanding foam has gone over, but if you've got a pad saw or a plasterboard saw or anything like that, you could literally just run it straight down the middle and it'll cut it straight in half. Once it's all gone off and rock hard, leave it to go hard first, and then yeah, just run the saw down the middle, and then you can still split and separate them, which I will show you probably at the end when we finished it all together. So that's the end of part 1 anyway, and we will reconvene for part 2, which gets rather messy, as you can imagine. I mean, that's what's left over from the last time I did it. So yeah, we'll yeah, leave it all to go hard, and I'll come back in a couple of days when I've got some time, and we'll start sheeting it up and see how we get on. Might add some more of the bits of polystyrene just in these little sections, but I tend to do it as we go with the sheeting and see how it looks. But it yeah, like I say, dries rock hard, and there's a couple of sections on here where I need to repair it anyway. So yeah, but this section here, this is where I did the last repair, and it's all got rock hard now, so that shouldn't chip off, to be fair. There's 1 or 2 little loose sections there, and there's a little bit over here, so when I'm doing this bit, I'll slap some fresh on there anyway. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.